Okay, time to get to work on the modular layout. Now, this first part, thought that was on my face. I'm just going to be taking the track off the temporary layout. The track's been sitting up here for a while. Haven't done anything with it because I just haven't felt like it. I felt like it, but I haven't felt like it, that type of thing. Thing is, I had a lot of rail fanning videos to upload, and then it was a trip down to Pennsylvania, and before that I was sick. So I just didn't get to it. But today we're going to be doing something here. I just picked up all the Legos that were used for markers for the temporary layout. They'll be used for markers for the modular layout. Possibly I'm going to be taking my computer. My computer's fixed, so now it can charge batteries, and it can charge the battery. In fact, I've used the battery a couple times just in the house. When there's a thunderstorm, where this thunderstorm was going through, I was working on getting short line profiles, because with having a car of my own, and I'm going to be getting my license probably in October, maybe November, I'm making out profiles on short lines so I can just load the computer in the car and I can just go somewhere if I have the money to. One of the railroads I'm more leaning towards is the North Shore Railroad, which is in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. It's around Williamsport, Pennsylvania. It has a lot of industries, so it's likely to be fairly active. And that's close enough. It would probably be about $40 to $60 with the gas to get there. It might be more. I don't know. I haven't figured it out exactly. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be making a list of railroads. I'm probably going to do it on paper. So I have this list of railroads written down, where they are, and about how much in gas it takes me. The car I'm getting, it takes about 28 miles to the gallon, somewhere around there, 26, 28 miles MPG. So that's a good, it's a good vehicle to go distances with. However, because it's a turbo engine, it takes premium or super. So that's a little bit of an issue. However, in Pennsylvania, I was paying $4.15, $4.05 a gallon, while up here it's $3.93 for regular. So I was still paying less for gas, really less for gas down here, because at the gas station here in the village, it's $4.89 a gallon. So I was still saving money, even though it was a turbo. I was paying more, but still saving. Paying a lot less than I would have if I'd done it all in New York State. So it gets good mileage, but the gas is a little bit more expensive. So right now, all we have to do to take the track off this is just pull up nails. Unfortunately, I have not gotten the flexible tripod yet, so you're a little high up off the ground. But let's first we will pull off the extension here, and we'll just stick that down there. Just move that down a little bit. And now let's pull up the nails here and take out one unifrod. Pull out this nail. Not sure where my package of rail joiners is. I'd like to put the rail joiners back in the package, but oh, it's over there. Okay. Okay. Package of nails. Here's my package of rail joiners. So I'll just be putting these back in the packages. Get this switch. We'll put that there. Now I'll save you the trouble of watching this all happen, and we'll skip ahead to something else. Okay, now we have most of the track off. Just have this little bit here. You're sitting on where the 3 tracks used to be. You can see that's empty. Here's the loading dock. Stick that over here for now. Ow! Got our tree. Set that up there. This tree. So what's the plan for this video? Well, the plan for this video is to just get the track off and figure out measurements. Now, I'm coming across an issue here. The freight depot was built to be 32 feet wide and 121 feet long. Sometime before, I can't remember when it was, but there was a fire in the depot and they took off part of it. There was 4 doors that knocked it down to 3 doors. It had 8 feet eaves on all sides. It was made of pressed brick with a Warsaw bluestone trim. It had a red tile roof. There was an 80-foot by 90-foot grass plot. Measurements are about right. There was a 20-foot cinder south driveway and a 30-foot cinder east driveway. What I can't figure out, and I did the math on that, and it seems like big space. Every time I do the math to figure out what that is in HO scale, it comes out to 4 inches. That can't be right. That's not enough room for 2 tracks. Maybe 2 tracks, but there's 3 tracks there. So what we're going to have to be doing is we're going to have to look at the width of a freight car, and we're going to have to figure out exactly how that is without doing the math. We're going to have to just eyeball it, because measuring it doesn't work, because when I do it down to 1/87th, it comes out to be 4 inches. Over 4 inches, and that doesn't make any sense. Okay, so we've got the stuff off the other end. Reach over here, move the coal off. Gravity. Gravity. Okay. Now, pull these nails out. Ow. Stab myself in the hand, would I? And now, there's the nails from that. There's a few more nails in the thing, but now I'll take the rail joiners off, the switches, and stuff. We'll be reusing them. Because I didn't crimp them down so that they were tight against the rail, because I didn't want to have problems getting them off and then get back on. There were a couple I crimped down a little bit, but they're pulling right off, so they won't be a problem. Put them in the package. At some point, I'll get a fishing tackle box to, one of those fishing tackle containers, you know, those little compartment things that you can get in the fishing section at Walmart. Really good section at Walmart that people use for tackle. They aren't really for tackle, but people use them for it. I'll get one of those for rail joiners and such, and coupler pieces and stuff like that. I'll pull these nails out. Okay, that's done. So now, what we need to do is we need to slide this back down this way, as far as we can get it. Now what I'm going to do, is I'm going to pause this and I'm going to go and get a car. Okay, now the problem I was talking about. The driveway east of the depot had 3 tracks in it. And they had a driveway between them. The problem with that is, somehow somebody got the measurement, had to have gotten the measurements wrong. Every map throws 3 tracks there, so there definitely was 3 tracks there. Having a driveway between is a problem, though. You see how I have these tracks spaced out, and this is how this part will be the depot module. The mark to cut it is over here. That's 2.5 feet. 18 inches. No, not 18 inches. It's 30 inches. Yeah. Better remeasure that because it doesn't seem right. Yeah, that's 30. It's 30 inches. 30 feet to 4 inches seems about right because each boxcar is about 10 feet wide. It's somewhere between 9 and 10 feet wide, depending on the car. So 3 of them squished next to each other would fit in 30 feet of space. Now, of course, I have to have them spaced out a little bit. They're just barely missing each other here. And that equates to about, that's 5 inches across here, which puts it somewhere around 35, 40 feet, I think. To have a driveway in between, it would have had to have been 50 feet. Now, what I'm going to have to do, and because I intended on getting started today, but what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to just take this down, lean it up, just so I can move around better. And what I'm going to have to do is tomorrow, when I go to Warsaw, I'm going to take my laptop, and I am going to use Walmart's free Wi-Fi. It's sitting in the parking lot, because that's how I uploaded the video of the curve, from the curve. I uploaded that using Walmart's free Wi-Fi, and it only took about an hour, while I was home, it would have taken somewhere around 20 hours using my high-speed data on my phone. So what I'll do, now the depot is gone on Google Maps. The satellite's gone over since it was torn down, but the space is still there. The guy who tore it down illegally, he left the concrete driveway that was next to it. If you look in the video I have when it was torn down, and I think I did a video before it was torn down, or I showed pictures before it was torn down. There's a concrete driveway in the east driveway. The east driveway is concrete now. that was cinder. But what I can do is I can measure from the hole where the depot was using Google Maps. I can measure on Google Maps and measure to the creek and figure out if that is 30 feet, which I don't think it is. The depot was 32 feet wide, and if I remember correctly, the depot was not as wide as that driveway. So I think somebody wrote down the numbers wrong somehow in the article, or whether it was in the initial article back in 1912 when the depot was being commissioned to start being built, or somebody copied it wrong for the article on the depot after it was torn down. Because 30 feet, it's just not possible to have three cars next to each other, let alone have them be able to move past each other and to have a driveway between them. There's something wrong there. So I got to do some more figuring out here. So I'll be taking this down, and the foam will go down. I'm not sure if I'm going to stand it up or what. It's hard to get around here, and that's an annoying part. But I don't have it marked out to cut it, so I won't be doing any cutting today. That doesn't really have anything to do with where the tracks go, because it's going to be 2.5 feet regardless. So the depot will go approximately here, and then over here will be the driveway on the other side of the depot where they would have loaded and unloaded trucks, and then wagons initially, and then trucks, and then will be the grass thing, and the street will be over here. I don't know how much of the street I'll have, but then the tracks will come down here, and there'll be one switch on this module, and then they'll go off this module onto the next module where the second switch, the switch for these two tracks to come together, will be down there on that module, and then the elevator factory will be on the other module. And we got to put a gas station. I think the gas station goes on this module. But that's all for this video. I had planned to actually be doing something, but I ran into that snag of measurements don't add up, and I got to figure that out. So, from CP Silver Springs, milepost 368 of the Norfolk Southern Tier Line, keep on loving trains. Tim out.